Hello and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the Hl16 Noctua 90-degree adjustable headlamp. This is a headlamp which can turn into a regular flashlight with a straight head, or you can turn it to have it as a right angle for headlamp use. It runs on a 16340 battery, lithium ion, that's provided with the light, or a Sierra 123A battery, which is not provided with the light. It has several different modes, 5 of them. It has a strobe mode at 520 lumens. It has a moonlight mode at 5 lumens for about 80 hours. It has a low mode for about 60 lumens for about 4 hours and 50 minutes. It has a medium mode at 200 lumens for 1 hour and 40 minutes. A high mode for 520 lumens for about 1 hour and 5 minutes. The rating for waterproofing and dustproofing is IP66. You got a beam distance of 140 meters. The dimensions are going to be 22.5 millimeters for the head diameter, or 0.89 inches, 85.5 for the length itself in millimeters, and 3.36 inches for the length. The weight is going to be 51 grams, or 1.80 ounces, including the clip, but not including the battery. Here we have the light and all of the accessories on the table. We have the manual. We have the boxes here. We have the proprietary charging cable, which works with its own proprietary charging system on the light. We have a included headband here and some extra O-rings and a card to show you how to operate the light when you first get it. Here we can see the black finish on the Hl16 with the Type 3 anodized coating, aluminum coating. We have the button actuator here, the pocket clip. On the other side we have the charging port. We have the front of the light with the head here. That houses the Cree 6000 temperature rated emitter. They don't say exactly what Cree emitter's inside. We have a little bit of texture on the front bezel here, along with a glass lens and a smooth reflector. And then on the back here we have the tail, which has a magnet in there, a very strong magnet. We're going to go ahead and take this apart and look inside real quick. We can see the O-ring here on the side and the way they cut the threading on the tube there. This comes with a included 16340 rechargeable battery, 650 milliamps from Brinyte. This is the cap here, which we can see the springs and the magnet behind there. And if we angle this right, we can see the inside of the light there. And there we go. Let's go ahead and put this back together, and we're going to go over the UI modes here. So it's a fairly simple UI. You either double click or push and hold to turn on the light. If you push and hold, it comes on in a bright mode and then rotates through back down to the lowest setting, which is going to be moonlight mode here. And then it's going to rotate back up to the highest mode. And then it's going to go to a medium mode, to the low mode, and then finally back to the moonlight mode. If you double click while it's on, you can get strobe mode. Here we can see the charging port working. It's taking a current of 5 volts out at about 0.36 amps in the current draw into the charging port here. And there's also a red LED indicator here. You can't see it at the moment, but if we do a close-up, you can see that it has a red glow on it, and then will go glow green when it's done charging. So that's how you know when the battery is fully charged inside the Hl16. We're back shooting an Aperture 3.5, 24 frames per second. ISO is 2500 on a Panasonic GH2 with a temperature balance of 5000 K. Here we have the light on in moonlight mode. You can kind of see in front of us, a little bit there on the ground. Let's bump this up to the low mode here. A little bit more shining. A nice throw and a good soft hot spot. Let's go to medium mode here. A little bit more to see on the light here. You can see just about up to that rock in front of us. It's about 20 feet up. And if we go to high mode, you can see a little bit more further out, about 30 feet out where the woods begin after the creek here. On high mode here, This is on medium mode. Low mode. And moonlight mode. Overall, I like the light. I think it has a good range of features. I like the fact that it is a right angle light and you can change it to a forward facing light. I like the runtime spacing on it. I like the fact that it uses a smaller battery form factor and it is very pocketable and a good EDC type of carrying light. What kind of is a negative in my opinion is the pocket clip arrangement. You cannot fit it in the front facing area. If you try to put this on the headband without the pocket clip, it's easy to do, but with the pocket clip, it's not easy to do. I'm not a fan of magnetic tail caps here. Just interferes with my compass systems, although the trade-off is now you can use hands-free operations on metal surfaces. So that would be my personal opinion on the negative parts. The charging system's decent. It's got a understandable charging port here, which makes for a nice convenient way of keeping the light ready to go and use. It also uses CR123A type batteries as well as RCR batteries, so that is good news too, in the sense that it has different types of batteries it can use in terms of chemistry and reliability. So you can easily find some type of CR123A batteries if you're in a pinch. The detents on the head positioning, 5 different positions, feels decent enough. I don't think this would wear out too much in use, although I suppose it could technically be knocked a little bit. If you hit it just hard enough, it can move the light, so that could be a negative, but it needs to be easy enough to be manipulated. Now, if you're going to be in the dirt and mud and water with this light, you might get some stuff stuck in that and might cause this thing to gum up a little bit, so that is also a negative. However, this light, if you're good with it, careful with it, it shouldn't have any problems with that at all. Overall, I do like the crenulations in the front. The smooth reflector has a good throw to it, has a nice pattern. There's no real artifacts, so to speak, and if there were any, you wouldn't be able to notice it outside anyway. I do wish that they would include a variety of options for the emitter, which is currently a Cree of some type, and it's a 6000 temperature rated emitter. I would like to see maybe an SST20, high CRI, maybe a 4500 temperature rated emitter inside. That would be kind of nice to see in this light as a secondary option for those of us who like our higher CRI and warmer color. Overall, I think it's an interesting light to look into, and if you're into small pocketable headlamps and that have internal recharging systems on it and are ready to go outside the box, this is something I'd recommend for anybody to look into and to possibly buy. And that's all I have to say about the Brinyte Hl16 Noctua. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.